Hello everyone, welcome to another session with me. So today we're going to be doing something very fantastic. We're going to be creating a skull island manipulation. So I'm going to start by opening Photoshop. So I create an A6 paper size page. So just press Ctrl N, then go to print, view all presets, and A6. So I'm using 300 resolution. I'm changing this to 16 bits, and yeah, everything's fine. So create. So this is my A6 paper size now. So let's start manipulating. So I'm going to start by importing this into Photoshop. So you can just literally get any image of an island, and then because you don't really need the whole island, you just watch and see how it goes. So I'm going to cut out this part now. This is going to be the top of my water. Ctrl J to copy via layer. So I'm deleting the one below. Delete, and I need only this. So Ctrl T, then drag it up. This is fine. Then move it up a bit. Yeah, this is fine. Enter. So this is I have my island which I've already traced here. So you can also get any mountain or online, and then you just trace it out and make a PNG. If you had watched my previous video on how to cut out images, yeah, this would be easy for you. But if you haven't, then you need to go back and watch that video. Trust me, you're gonna love it. So I just drag this into my page and then drop it here. Yes. So now move this to the top side here. Yeah, this is fine. So zoom in, go back here, reduce this. Yeah, this is fine. So I'm going to name this mountain, and I'm going to call this water top. So next thing I'm going to do now is to get my water, the inner part of my water. So I'm using this image for that. Drop it and make sure it's below everything. Drag up, because we don't need the drop. We don't need the bubble. Up. So this is fine. Then just click OK. The next thing I'm going to do now is to rasterize my layer. Rasterize. So I'm going to be using my clone stamp tool. The clone stamp tool is one of the best. It's a very great tool that people don't use in Photoshop. I really don't know why people don't use it, because I so love it. So I hold alternate down to copy this part, and then I just paint over the other part. See, it cleans it very easily. It's like the best tool in Photoshop, and people really don't use it. I don't know why. So you just paint over, copy. So don't forget, hold alternate, then copy this side, and then you paint over this side. Get hold alternate, copy this side, then you paint over there. Hold alternate, copy, then you paint. Hold alternate, copy, then you paint. Hold alternate, then you paint. Hold alternate, paint. Hold alternate, paint. Hold alternate, paint. Hold alternate, paint. So now this is fine here. So I just use my rectangular mark tool and then cut it to this part. Make sure that top here. Cut it out, then Ctrl G. So this is fine here. Yeah. So next thing I'm going to do is to make the inner liquid to blend with the top liquid a little bit. So I'm going to go underneath it and then create a layer. So I hold Ctrl and click on this layer icon. So that means this part is going to cut out. So I just cut out that part. Well, delete, Ctrl D. So next thing I'm going to do now is to hold alternate, hold Ctrl and click on my layer icon. So that means I select this layer. I want to fill this part with a color, but I want it to not be the whole page, just this selected part. Now I go to my layer effect and then add solid color. Then I copy, use my eyedropper tool to copy this part of the color, just a little bit dark. That's fine. This is fine. Yeah, this is fine. So I click OK, and the next thing I'm going to do is to go back to this part, change the blend to overlay, and then I go up here and click on this again, and then I create a new layer above, solid color black, reduce the opacity, reduce it. So I'm just going to leave this like this for now. So copy, highlight everything, then Ctrl G to group it and call it background. Now, next thing I'm going to do is to import my skull, which is the skull. Take it in, drop it here. So it's meant to be beneath the layer, but I'm going to be above it now, just because I want to trace it out. So reduce the size so I can trace all the white spacing out. Now, my rectangular map to make sure it's on addition. So cut, highlight, right click, rasterize, then delete, Ctrl D. So next thing I'm going to do now is to use my background eraser tool. So please, if you've not watched my previous video on how to cut out images, I'm not really sure you understand all this, so you need to go back to watch that video so you can understand it. I'm changing this to find edges, hold alternate to copy this color, and click on my protect foreground color. So click, okay, that part is out. So I need to use alternate, save it, click, alternate, save it, alternate, save this, alternate, zoom in, and then take this one out, 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 then I save this part, and then I take this one out. Yeah, this is fine. The next thing I'm going to do now is to just hold Ctrl and click on the layer icon, then Shift F6 to feather. So feather has to do with how you want it to blend. If you notice here, there are some white spacing outside my image, so that is not really well cropped. So I'm going to use feather to take it out. Shift F6 to feather, then use 2 feather is fine. Then you press enter, then you press Shift F7. Shift F7 is the selecting bars, which you can also find here. That is if you want to waste your time. So you just press delete repeatedly until it is fine. Yeah, see, it's out, the white space is out. So that's fine for me. So you can just clearly out because this side here is out. I'll do the last one. Select this and merge everything. This part initially was out, so I had to duplicate layer and merge everything. So next thing I'm going to do now is to just resize this to fit to the same ratio of my island. So like from here, that side is fine, back to here. So let's move up to the top. I need it. Just extend the width of this. Extend it a little bit. And this is fine. Oh, sorry. This is fine. So now you just reduce the opacity so you can see through and know what you're working on. Yeah, I think this is fine. Yeah, fine to me. So yeah, this is fine to me. So this is fine to me, and next thing we're going to do now is to crop out this top part here. So just use them out to here, click like this. Yeah, so you just hold alternate and create a layer mask. Yeah, so you cut out that part, the highlighted part, and then you increase the opacity back to 100, and then you move this down like this. Yeah, this is nice. So next thing I'm going to do, I should change the blend option. I change this to multiply. So see, now it looks like it is inside the water. Realistic, right? Yeah, very nice. So I'm going to duplicate that layer again, Ctrl J, and then I change the one above to overlay. I'm trying to do this so the highlighted parts, the highlight at the bright side can come out a little bit and make it more visible. So I just reduce the opacity to like, let's say 50. Let's make 50. Yeah, I like 50. Oh, let's say 35. Yeah, this is fine. I prefer this 35. So now that is it for that. So I move to my mountain now, and then I go to filter, camera raw. So my camera raw is loading. Let's take a little time. So now I'm going to increase the clarity of this now. So let me zoom in now. This image looks a little bit blurred. So I just increase the clarity. So it just literally sharpens the image. See, and then I just click on OK. So Ctrl Z to see the difference. Look how it was initially, and look how it turned into. This is nice. So next thing to do now is to create the dark island. So for something to have an island to be haunted, it needs to be very spooky and creepy. So that's why I'm using a very dark cloud for this. So I just dragging my cloud in, yeah, and then move it down to this part, and then drag it to the top. Yeah, somewhere is fine. Okay, then I move it below my water. Yeah, this is my island. So this side, on the left hand, on the right hand side, I have the very dark cloud, and on the left hand side, it's not really dark. That means the cloud is moving. The storm is moving from the right side to the left side, or can be either leaving the left side to the right side. So this is what we're going to do now. We have to make this side, the right side of our mountain, to be dark and spooky. So how are we going to do that? Go to your mountain, create a layer mask, and then I go to my brush to make sure it's on black, and then it has a shortcut to for X. You just use that to switch color. So you just reduce opacity, increase. I just make the opacity like 40, and then I paint the right. So it's like the cloud is everywhere. This literally means like the cloud is everywhere. This is the spooky side of my cloud. So I just go back to white here, change this to white, reduce my brush. I kind of like painted with too much here, so I just bring this back. So when using the layer marks, you just have only two colors to use it. That is white and black. White to cut and black to cut and white to restore. So now this is very fine to me. And then okay, so this side is dark, so we cannot leave the top part of our liquid here. Very bright. It's too bright. It needs to blend with the cloud. So I'm going to create a layer above this now. I'm going to name it storm shadow. So I go to my brush, reduce this to 40. 40 is fine. Increase it a little bit, and then I just hold alternate to copy the color here of this top, and I just paint over it. Paint. To reduce the opacity here, let's make this 20, and then blend this side. Let's make it 30, and then blend this side. Just draw over it. Draw. Oh, sorry, 30. 12 on 3. Just draw. You know, this is lovely, very perfect, and it's coming out well. So next thing I'm going to do now is we're going to make the left side the bright side, and then the right side the spooky side. So I'm going to add like the sun reflection. You know, when there's cloud, there's always the sun is always behind the cloud, so we need to just like make a little shade of yellow there. So now create a new layer and call it sun shadow, and then I go to this side, go down to like orange, kind of red sun. Yeah, this is fine. This is color code F6AA08. FCAA08. So now I click on my brush tool. So I've clicked on my brush tool, and next thing I'm going to do is just to paint over this side here. So increase the size of your brush, and then yeah, that is fine. So just paint over it. So it's like too much. Reduce the opacity. Let's make it 20. 20 is still too much to me, so I make 10. I think this is even fine to me. So now let's move this layer. Hold alternate and drag down. So that means I've copied the layer. So I'm going to change both layers, blend option to soft light. So now this one would be power clipped inside. It would be clipped inside. So now I have this one outside here. So I'm going to just make this one, add more juice to this one, crazy overlay, add more juice to this side. See? Nice, right? And then go back to the side, add more juice to the cloud. So this just means like the storm is going away, and then the sun is coming back. Storm going away, sun coming back. So now this storm is here. That means we're going to create birds. So there's a storm there. That means the birds have to be leaving the island. So I just go to my brush tool, and then I go to my brush option. Let's see, brushes. So I'm going to use the red point sim brush tool. In case you don't have it, you can download it online. Reduce it to very low, very small. then I just draw. Oh sorry, so let me change this to black because it's going to look like seeing the bed from afar. You can't see the color. It's going to be like, going to be like a vector 100, and then I just paint like this. That is not black. Oh, it is black. So okay, so let's create a layer for the birds. So birds, so I just paint one, sorry, paint one, paint out one, paint from this side in, because it seems that is that point. Yeah, so let's look at from afar. I bet it still seems to be big, so we just reduce it a little bit. Yeah, this is fine. So now let's duplicate, hold alternate and just drag down, hold alternate, drag down, there's it to the first one, back to this one, hold alternate, drag down, hold alternate, drag down. So we can just go to quick select, auto select, and then just select the layers. Click, click. So I just highlight everything and then group. Right. Sorry, and you should just take this away from auto select. Yes. So those are my birds. This is looking fantastic. So next thing we're going to do is to just add fishes. So I'm going to use the same fish, and then I'm just going to reduce size. Okay, rasterize my layer. Highlight this down part, then delete because there's text there. So I go to my background eraser tool, make sure it's on fine edge. Just click, save, just save and click. The background eraser tool is one of the best tools and easiest tool to use in Photoshop to cover backgrounds. Very easy to use if you know what you're doing. So you guys just know what you're doing. That's how to do it. Just know what you're doing. Just take out all these parts. Take out the other parts. Yeah, this is fine. So I have my fish here. So I just Ctrl T, reduce the size of my fish. So for this island, let's assume we have a big fish going towards the skull. So I just flip it on like this. So it doesn't look well blend. Yes, that's because we need to change this to multiply. So do that, and then just duplicate. I'm just going to reduce the size so it looks like this one is farther, and then I'll just use Ctrl M for curve, and make it darker. Make it darker. And here, auto select. Create one more fish. Here, this one has to be bigger because like closer to the screen. And so I group this and call it fish. Fishes. Here I press Ctrl J to duplicate layer, Ctrl T, right click, flip horizontally, and then I move this to this part here. So they're all going to be Skull Island. Just like piranhas, you know, going to feed on humans. Piranhas. So now the last thing we're going to do, this is looking very fantastic, and we're almost done with this class, is just to blend the edge of this part here. So I reduce my opacity. It's like 20 or 30, let's make it 30, and then I just increase the size a little bit, and I just hold shift and then you just brush it out. So it brush it out on a line, single line, because my shift is hold down. So I just brush it. Yeah, this is fantastic. So that is all for my Kong Skull Island. Look at what you've done. Just save it and you can post it online. It looks fantastic. This is very good for a movie cover or whatever you want to do. Just add your text over here on it and you're good to go. Thank you all for watching this video. I hope this was very helpful. I love you all. I love you so much, and God bless. Do not forget to subscribe, and also if you've not if you did not, you need to go back to the previous video I started with, because it's like a very new class on how to become a pro.